Hi everyone. I'm trying to be as creative as possible because I'm recording my own presentation from my living room. I'm just going to talk about my internship experience in baseball. Sorry for how this looks right now, but I'm going to get into my PowerPoint and you should be able to see it on the screen behind me, and I'll just come in and talk about my major points. Alright, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, so as you can see, my intern experience was with Ripken Baseball in a human resources department. I was the HR intern there, and I had two supervisors working with me, Joellen Maelstrom and Rachel Fink. The culture at Ripken, the mission is to grow the game of baseball worldwide the Ripken way. What that means is that they try to instill the Ripken experience onto every person that passes through their doors, and that means just making a memory, instilling really good, positive values of teamwork and hard work and high ethics to every person, and also, like the other values that I have listed below, making it fun, celebrating every individual, teamwork, and integrity. My responsibilities at Ripken were in the Human Resources Department, so I assisted in areas including but not limited to recruitment, benefits, payroll, and accounting. I edited and created PowerPoint presentations. I gained exposure to marketing and administration areas. I trained people. I did clerical duties such as typing, copying, faxing, and binding. I also did research assignments, data entry, and organization. My goals for this semester, I really took a long time and thought about them carefully when I was, figuring out what I really wanted out of this internship. So my first goal was to further develop my critical thinking skills, and I plan to do that through effectively screening and evaluating resumes throughout the recruitment process. I believe that I achieved this goal because multiple times throughout my experience, I assisted my supervisor in the staffing process. I would do preliminary screening of all the applicants, and some of the most highly skilled positions that I helped fulfill were the account executives in their marketing and sales departments, graphic designers, tons of different interns. I also did food and beverage staff, so it was a really great experience. My second goal was to apply and further develop my knowledge on training and development of employees, and I was going to do that through research and compiling training seminars that could be used at Ripken and with employees in the future. And I really feel like I achieved this goal because I compiled multiple training presentations, including one that was like, each was given by my supervisor and I was present, but I created everything, and she and I together revised it. And then we had a full manager meeting where she gave a presentation that I was present for. But like I said, I did one on ethics and morals, I did another on management and leadership, and then I also did a new hire orientation. My last goal was to further develop my professional presence in a professional environment, and I was going to do that through interacting with other professionals in a professional atmosphere, in an appropriate way, holding eye contact, and developing an overall consistently formal and professional demeanor. I really feel like I achieved this goal because it was my first priority at Ripken to really try and connect with the people that I met. I was to them, I may have just been Joellen or Rachel's intern, but it was more than that to me. Like, I was really happy to get the experience meeting with other professionals, and by the end of my experience there, I got plenty of words of praise. Everybody remembered me. I got offers for them to be a reference when I was applying to different positions, so I really feel like I achieved this goal. Additional tasks that I completed at Ripken, I did administrative duties in the HR department. I also did a formal audit of the company's American Funds 401k plan, which was really challenging and really outside of the box for me, but I really enjoyed it. I also maintained their employee information on their electronic databases, including ADP PayExpert, OpenHire, and other HRIS and HRP systems. I conducted research on various activities related to HR, including healthcare, background checks, and conflict resolution. That was fun. I also assisted in additional administrative tasks and responsibilities within the company as was needed. Just kind of whenever they had a task that needs to get done and they didn't have someone to delegate it to, I would step in and get it done. What surprised me the most is how busy HR managers are. I never worked in an HR department, or let alone an office setting, and I never knew through my classes focusing on human resources how much goes into it. My supervisor was never at her desk. I mean, it's a company-wide position, so you're interacting with every department in the company. So you really, really do wear a lot of hats, you know. Which I thought was really awesome. Her every day is filled, every day is different, and it really made me happy to see that. I didn't want to go into a career where I'd be glued at my desk, so. I also was surprised by how autonomous my experience was. My supervisors really trusted in me to, once they gave me an assignment, to get it done in a specific time frame and get it done a certain way, which is really different than my previous work experiences, where usually a manager is working directly with me or, you know, is micromanaging me. This was a really nice, refreshing change that they trusted in me to get the job done, and I got to do it my own way, but I would receive feedback on it, and every time I did a assignment, I would get quicker and I would get better at it, so it was really awesome. What challenged me the most was just existing in the role of an intern. It's not, you're not an employee, but you're not a student. You're held to a certain standard, but you're not necessarily, your form of compensation is really just the experience. It's not like the other employees there, and also since it's with the intern label, people really don't expect you to be there for the long term, so I felt as though people weren't willing to invest their time into me as much as they would maybe a formal coworker. I'm sure I'm not the first person that's felt this way being an intern, but to combat it, I really just tried to maintain my positive, you know, outlook on the experience and consistently work hard. And by doing so, you know, I made an impression on people, so I went beyond that intern status into something more. And then also, it was really challenging just to balance school and work and this internship. I interned at Ripken Baseball, which is in Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a student at Sulphur University. It was 2 hours apart from one another, closer to 3 hours apart from one another. And it really just required that I fine-tune my planning and organizational skills. Like I needed to know a day ahead what was going to happen the following day, so that I could prepare, because time was only so limited that I only had so much time to do my assignments for my internship, do my assignments for school, and then I also had a part-time job throughout the semester at Trader Joe's, so that was really hard, but you know, I made it through, and I think I came out more well-rounded on the end. What I learned is that a positive attitude goes a really long way. The best feedback that I received from my manager is how she appreciated like how consistently optimistic and positive that I was. So I think that it really goes to show that, you know, even if you're not necessarily the most experienced, you can maybe go beyond your other peers by having a positive attitude, showing that eagerness to learn, and you know, just keeping it consistent, because you can learn skills and you can develop capabilities, but it's really, really hard to teach someone how to be a nice person. So I think it really, really helped me in meeting all of these professionals and making a good relationship with them, and I would encourage anyone, like, as they're moving on into their professional career, to do everything with a smile, because it's contagious and people will respond to you well. What I'll take with me is the people that I've met. More so than anything, interning at Ripken gave me an opportunity to network with other professionals in human resources, so I will definitely stay in touch with my supervisor, and I'm really, I know that is something that is invaluable to me. You can't replace people, so that's really awesome. And also, I'll take the etiquette that I learned. I had never been in an office environment prior to this experience, and I never really understood like office etiquette, like the dress code, and can only use certain language, and you should keep everything at a certain volume. And there's also like communication formalities, like you don't want to just go to the main director of a department. You want to go first to your designated supervisor, and then if you need more additional help, that's when you go to the next person in line, which, as in my previous experience, it doesn't matter which manager you talk to, you know. So I'm really glad that I learned those formalities and that etiquette, because I'm sure that that will transfer to different office environments. What made this invaluable is the work experience that I got. It'll set me apart on my resume from my other peers and potential candidates for positions I'll be applying for. It's you can't replace that. No, it makes me unique, and it makes me more qualified for a position than somebody else. Also, what made this invaluable is just that it validated my choice to major in management with a concentration in human resources. Now I really have a better idea of what working in HR means, and I'm really excited. I'm really glad that I chose this as my major, because I think that I'll be really successful, and I think I really understand what's required of me moving forward. So you can't put a price on that. I have spent so much time and effort getting through to get my degree, and this really validated that I made the right choice in seeking a degree in management with a concentration in human resources. So that was really awesome. Also, gaining a mentor is totally invaluable to me. Without this experience at Ripken, I would never have gained a mentor in my supervisor, Joanne Malmstrom. So as I begin my journey after college, I have her as a guide of sorts in the human resources industry. And, she and I have a really great relationship. She encourages me to keep in touch, ask her any questions whenever I need help, and use her as a reference. So can't get better than that. All in all, my experience at Ripken was really unforgettable. This is just a picture behind me of the stadium. I actually didn't work directly at the stadium here in Aberdeen, but I did go there a few times for a couple of different events and work with the HR manager there, Rachel Fink, a few days. It's awesome. It's a beautiful facility, and I really encourage anyone, if they get a chance, to go to an event there, see a game. Aberdeen Ironbirds are really great. And yeah, I had a great time. So thank you so much for listening. That was my presentation. I hope you liked it. I hope that you got a better idea of what my internship was like, and I would encourage anyone to do their internship requirement at Ripken. It was a really great experience.